Good evening, Internet. Jack here for Jack Media, and is it sad that I would rather spend my Valentine's Day with a CGI version of Ryan Reynolds doing masturbation jokes and hell knows what else, or with a real person? You know what? Actually, don't answer that. It's kind of sad now that I think about it. Roll intro.
So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.
Okay, if you haven't seen Deadpool yet, what is wrong with you? Go watch it right now. This movie is amazing. I have a spoiler-free review whether or not you want to watch that on my own channel. The link is in the description. I might put an annotation up here. I probably won't. Oh well. This movie is awesome. So spoiler warning from here on in, I'm going to spoil the hell out of it. We open with what I have to say is the greatest opening in all of film history. Okay, that's a bit of a long shot, but still. These opening credits are so funny. They're basically an example of this film knowing what it is. It opens with an Avengers style slow motion move around like a statue and stuff like that, except this time it's just a car crash randomly. And instead of the names of characters or the names of the different actors and stuff, it's just like an overpaid douchebag, a CGI character, the most handsome man alive. It is just, it's swinging for the fences immediately, which I love. It's just a smart idea. I don't know how I didn't think of this, but it is so entertaining from the get-go. This movie is, it's straightforward enough. It's the narrative. It's a guy loses his girl, gets powers, comes back and has to save that girl. It's nothing new, but the movie knows that. That's why I love this movie. It knows what it's doing in the fact that, hey, I'm a comic book movie, I'm gonna break the fourth wall, make jokes about the X-Men. I don't care that much. Get self-referential. It's perfect. It is genuinely hilarious. We open on that big highway scene, if you've seen in any of the trailers. I thought that was going to be the big action set piece, which I'm happy it isn't. It opens on that, and immediately you see why this gets gets an R rating, because it is just bloody as hell. There's a scene where he literally cuts a guy's head off, then uses it as a soccer ball. This is amazing. If you haven't seen this film, go check it out. Holy shit. They recaptured the essence of Deadpool perfectly here. It is the best adaptation of a comic book character I've ever seen. Every now and again, you get those actors who are perfect for a role. You got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, you got Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds is perfect as Deadpool. He captures the craziness of the comics just perfectly. It is the best thing ever. Holy shit. We then cut away from that fight, and we just see Colossus and I think it's Negasonic Teenage War. I don't know her name, but holy shit. It's just like two of the X-Men. They're in the mansion from the movies. They're like, we better go help Comrade Deadpool. Sorry, that was a terrible Russian accent. It cuts to them. They go and they try and help. And there is another amazingly funny fight here between Colossus and Deadpool, where it's very kind of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where he like Deadpool will hit Colossus to snap his wrist. He'll go to punch him in the ball, snap his other wrist, breaking his leg. It is the funniest stuff ever. Deadpool's comedy comes from the most mundane things as well. I realize that now as I think about it. It's him doing just random stuff. Like there's a part in the intro where he's just in a taxi and he's like having a discussion with this guy, and it is just the funniest stuff ever. Seeing him move around, interacting, it is amazing physical comedy. After that, there are some like romantic beats in this. Obviously, it was released on Valentine's, so it's supposed to be a love story between him and the girl from Gotham. I don't actually know the actress's name. Her and Ryan Reynolds have amazing chemistry. There's a great scene where they go back and forth talking about who has a more screwed up past, and they're just throwing insults back and forth. They're like, "Oh, I got molested. Oh, I got molested multiple times. Ha, my room was a cardboard box. Ha, you had a box." It is just back and forth. It is amazing. This is holy shit, it is awesome. There's some great fight scenes in this between Ajax and Deadpool. Ajax being the villain is the only thing I don't like about this movie, honestly. But it's a complaint I have with every other superhero movie, that the fact that it's a villain who's just nothing. He's evil for the sake of evil. There's no reasoning, no backstory. I'm fine with that. It's the same in Ant-Man, same in the Avengers. It's just, why bother? But at least this movie is self-referential about it. It's saying that it's just a British villain that everybody's going to dislike. This movie is great because it knows what it is. There's amazing jokes where he just talks about Wolverine, which is holy shit if you haven't seen that already. It is amazing how bad that movie. If you've seen X-Men Origins Wolverine, you know how bad Deadpool is in that. They are not light on that. There's one scene where they cut away and it's like, it can't get any worse, and it cuts to an action figure of that. Or in the intro where he talks about Wolverine, he's like, you don't want to know whose balls I had to suck to get my own movie, but let's just say he's got a love like pet, and he does the whole Wolverine gesture. It is amazing. I'm kind of rambling at this stage, but holy shit. And the last fight I had to bring up because it's strange, but I think it takes place on a helicarrier. There's no confirmation on this. There's no, hey, look at this, it's a helicarrier. But I'm pretty sure it's on a helicarrier. It looks the exact same. This movie feels kind of cheap. Not even. It feels really good, but there's not a lot happens in it because it had super low budget. They even make a joke about that when they go to the X-Men mansion and he meets Colossus again. And he says, hey, it's kind of weird that all these X-Men, you two are the only two I see. It's like we didn't have the budget for anybody else, which I lost my shit at. I could not stop laughing. There's one or two other great gags, like when he cuts off his own hand. He's like, spoiler alert, this is how 127 hours ends, and he's just cutting off his hand. And they pull up his hand, and it's just the middle finger. It is the best thing ever. Holy shit. There's one or two other cameos that I really loved in this, especially Stan Lee's. It's ruined in one of the trailers, but if you haven't spotted it, it's one of his best cameos ever. They just enter a strip club where Deadpool's girlfriend is working, and it's just Stan Lee as the announcer running the strip club. It is the best thing ever. Holy shit. It plays up the idea of Stan Lee being this pervert and having these scantily clad girls, which is amazing. The final fight looks amazing. There's nothing major about it. It's no Age of Ultron finale with 100,000 Ultrons flying around. It's nothing like that, but it is still very good. It feels right for this story. This movie isn't anything that's going to redefine the genre, yet it is at the same time. It knows it's nothing special, yet it still enjoys itself and goes for the offenses. It is just an awesome time. If you haven't seen this movie, go check it out already. I've been Jack for Jack Media. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. What was your favorite part? I love the baby hand. That thing is just hilarious. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Oh, Jesus, how long did I go for?